everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you an emergency budget challenge. This is going to be a $30 emergency budget. Hopefully this will get you through almost all the week. We have a family of 6, so I'm going to be showing you a family of 6 and how long that will feed a family of 6 for a super tight budget. I hope this is something that you and your family enjoy, and if you do enjoy it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have another emergency budget, and this is everything in my haul. It's a little bit smaller. This is what $30 food looks like. Not very much food, but we're gonna try and make it work. Of course, I'm gonna link everything throughout the video, put everything up, how much everything is, how much I paid for everything. Some of the things were on sale, so if you're able to get things on sale, I highly encourage you to do it and try to make meals out of it. So we're gonna try to make close to 70-80 meals out of 30 bucks. So almost 2 weeks worth. I don't know, we'll see how far it goes, but this is what I got. So I have some green beans, and some English muffins, some chili beans, tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, pancake mix. Obviously I used some already, but I'm only gonna make 2 days worth, so that should be fine. And then I have 2 things of hot dogs, spaghetti, 2 things of mac and cheese, some chili, egg noodles, some sausage. This is about the same price that you would get in the store, like maybe an off-brand. So I went ahead and had this on hand. So I'm going to use that. Chicken thighs, I do get this at my discount store, so I got this for about $2.30. Some bread, seasoning blend, some yogurts for the kids in the morning, some cheese, some rice, carrots, and that's it. So hopefully we're gonna make close to 80 meals out of this. So please keep watching, and I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do enjoy this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Breakfast number 1, pancakes and eggs. He is allergic, so he can only have pancakes. And here is my son's pancakes and eggs. And here's some leftovers. What we have, what I made this morning. So plenty of pancakes and eggs for the kids. Okay, breakfast number 2. We had this for 2 mornings. We just had some eggs and toast. So here is meals 4 through 9. And I give him some cereal because he can't have eggs since he's allergic. Bud, what's for breakfast today?
Me?
Yeah, what's for breakfast?
Toast and yogurt.
What kind of yogurt do you have?
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Do you like yogurt? It's good stuff, huh?
Yeah.
You ready to eat your yogurt?
Nah.
You got 1 servings, 2 servings. And then this is JoJo's. She's having strawberry banana and some toast. In the last breakfast, we just used some more of that pancake batter, and we had waffles with eggs. So we used up all of our yogurt, our eggs, our pancake batter for all of these breakfasts. We had a little bit of bread left over. I only put 1 lunch in here because it's like the only lunch that I made for lunch. All the others are basically leftovers that we had from the dinners that I made throughout this video. So you're only going to see 1 thing for lunch in this video, but we definitely use dinners as leftovers for lunch, if that makes sense. So this, I'm just making some macaroni and cheese, and I slice up about 5 to 6 hot dogs, and I put it in there when the macaroni is almost done, because the hot dogs don't need that long to cook in the water for. So once the noodles are done, I'm just going to strain it, and then I'm going to add in my cheese packets that come in the box macaroni, and I put in it like a little bit of milk, not a whole lot, just a little bit that I had on hand. If you don't have any on hand, that's completely fine. You can use some water just to make it a little bit more liquidy.
Sometimes I use whatever I have on hand. If I have evaporated milk or half and half, heavy whipping cream, any type of dairy base, almond milk, anything to kind of give it a little bit more liquid base. And then I'm just going to stir this all together. And sometimes I even use in some butter for these meals, but I'm just trying to really watch what I'm spending here. So I'm just putting in a little bit of milk with my cheese and macaroni and hot dogs. Once that's stirred through the way that I want it and it's to the consistency that I want, I'm going to go ahead and serve it up. And this made about 6 to 7 servings. I did want to add, if you have a smaller family, you probably only need 1 box for this and maybe 3 hot dogs for this meal. I have a larger family. I have 4 kids, and I wanted to put some of this in for my daughter's lunches. So that's why I did 2 boxes. For this meal, I'm just making chili, but I'm going to make it 3 different ways. And I made chili a little bit different than I would normally have. I used pork sausage, and it's cheaper. So ground beef is roughly around $4 right now. Sometimes it's higher depending on the place that you get it and depending on the type of meat that you buy. But I just got some off-brand sausage for $2.32 per pound. So I ended up spending about $4.50, $4.60, something like that, for 2 pounds of this pork sausage. And I'm going to make this meal last about, closer to 20 different servings. So I'm going to make chili, and then we're going to have chili dogs another day, and then we're going to have chili spaghetti another time, which I've actually never tried chili spaghetti before, but it was really good. My kids loved it. It was really good. I've never had it before, so I was super excited to try it, and it turned out really, really well. So for my chili, I'm just going to put in my 2 pounds of pork sausage. I'm going to put in my 2 packets of chili seasoning. I'm going to put in 1 can at 15 ounces and then another 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I put them in one at a time because I just want to make sure that it's not going to be too runny. So I just kind of look at it and see how much I want to put in. I'm also going to put in some beans. You can put in whatever type of beans that you want. I like to use chili beans, so that's what I'm using here. You can use pinto beans. You can use kidney beans, those Western style beans. You can really use whatever you want. I ended up putting about 3 cans of those in there, and then I put in 2 cans of diced tomatoes in as well. I just used this can that I got on sale. I got these on sale for 50 cents each. I was like amazed that I found them at Walmart on clearance for 50 cents each for like the garlicky tomatoes. So I was super excited about that. So I put 2 cans of those in there, and it's done. I just waited for it to simmer, and once it's done simmering, that it's ready to serve up. So everyone had chili one night, and then another time we had chili dogs, and then another time we had chili spaghetti. So we all loved all 3 of these meals. The sausage added so much flavor. I'm actually considering just changing to sausage from now on instead of ground beef because I loved it so much. And here I'm just grilling my hot dogs for my next meal. I'm going to have chili dogs here. So I just kind of grill them up. You can put the hot dogs in the microwave. It's whatever you want to do. I just decided to grill them up because that's one way to make sure my husband is okay with having hot dogs. If I microwave them, he's kind of like, ugh, about it. But he really liked this meal. I love, love, love chili dogs. When I go to Sonic, I don't know if you have a Sonic where you're at, but my favorite go-to is a chili dog. It's like my favorite. And here's some spaghetti, and I just put a tiny, tiny bit of cheese on top. If you don't have cheese, it's not that big of a deal. Just whatever's in your budget. My son wanted sour cream on the top of his, and it turned out really, really well. He really enjoyed it. I kind of think that's gross, but hey, to each their own. Next, I'm going to be making some chicken teriyaki. So I'm going to be using some chicken thighs. You can use chicken thighs, chicken breasts, whichever. I had this on hand, and I actually prefer thighs more than chicken breasts. But I'm just going to take off all the skin, and then I'm going to grill this. You don't have to grill it. You can put it in the oven. You can bake it. You can grill it on like a cast iron skillet. whatever you choose is completely fine. I'm going to put some salt and pepper on both sides. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to put it in a gallon-sized baggie. And I'm going to put some teriyaki sauce. I got this cheap teriyaki sauce at Walmart. I've never used it before. And I was kind of unsure about the brand and how it was. It wasn't very thick. It was more runny, kind of like soy sauce would be a little more runny. So I wasn't sure of it, but the result of it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It did have more sugar than what we would typically buy, but overall we really did enjoy it. So I went ahead and I'm going to put this in the baggie. And we are going to grill this. I put the teriyaki sauce in there as well. So, and I let that marinate for about 4 hours. You don't have to marinate that long. That's just how long I chose. And, I mean, you can do for about 30 minutes, whichever. I would do for at least 30 minutes, but we did ours for about 4 hours. While it's grilling, I went ahead and start my rice. So I always spray my Instant Pot with some nonstick spray. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add in 2 cups of rice with 3 cups of water or broth. I like to use this dry, I don't even know what to call it, dry broth, I guess. I don't know what to call it. And then I mix 3 cups of water in with it, and I put in 3 teaspoons to my 3 cups of water in with that, and I stir it up, and then I put it in my rice. It just adds so much flavor. Here's the finished product. I add some, I have some chicken with a side of rice and some green beans. It was delicious. Okay, now I'm going to be making this chicken over rice. This like chicken, I guess Burrito Bowls is really what it is, but it's just chicken with some corn, black beans, over rice, and this was phenomenal. You guys have to try this recipe. It was so good. So here I'm just making some broth. I just put in a bouillon cube, and to my crock pot, I'm just spraying it with some olive oil spray, and I'm going to put in about 3 chicken breasts at the bottom there. And then I'm going to put my chicken broth on top of that. And then I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. And then 2 teaspoons of cumin. And then I'm going to put in 1 can of corn, 1 can of diced tomatoes. You can use whatever type of diced tomatoes that you prefer. I just had this on hand and it was on sale, so I wanted to use that one. That one I only got for 50 cents. I was so excited about. And then I'm going to use 1 can of black beans. I did go ahead and rinse that off. And then I'm just going to make sure it's even on top. And then I'm going to cook that on high for about 4 hours. And then when it's done cooking, I just took out the chicken and I'm just going to shred that chicken. And then I will put it back in once it's all shredded, and then I'm just going to stir it up, and I am done. I'm going to serve that over some rice, put some cheese and sour cream, maybe even a little bit of salsa on top if that's in your budget. If that's not in your budget, it's still delicious just by itself. So I highly encourage you guys to make this meal. I was just in love. It was so, so good. It was great for lunches. I meal prepped some for my husband and my daughter for their lunches throughout the week. It was absolutely delicious. And here is the final product. This was so good. And you can also make this into some burritos with the rice. It's like Chipotle in your home. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Okay, and then next, the last one that we're going to do today is some chicken noodle soup. So good. I love making soups because it will go so far. It lasts, it just makes a lot of servings. So I really do enjoy making soups. It's so comforting. I adore soups. So at the bottom of my my pot that I have here, I put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I put in 1 cup of carrots, and then I put in that packet of celery seasoned mix. It has celery, onions, peppers in it, so it just adds a lot of flavor to this mix. And I went ahead, I had some celery on hand, so I put in 1 cup of celery as well. And then I just let that simmer on my stovetop until everything was cooked through, until all the vegetables were cooked through. Once that was cooked through, I went ahead and add in 8 cups of broth, and then I add in some seasonings. I have about a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of thyme, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of pepper as well. And then I'm just going to stir that up. I also have 2 bay leaves in there. Bay leaves just add so much flavor. I love making soups with bay leaves. It just adds so much flavor. I so enjoy it. And then I'm just going to let that simmer until all the vegetables are completely cooked through. Everything is soft and tender. And then once it's coming to a boil, it's been boiling for about 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and add in 12 ounces of these egg noodles. You can use whatever type you want, but I did go ahead and add in 12 ounces. I do want to let you know that I did have to put probably closer to 2 cups of broth in here after everything was done cooking. And you may like your broth, you know, more, your soups more brothy. It's just kind of whatever you want to do. I probably could have added another 2 cups of broth. It's completely up to you what you guys wanted to do. And then once my noodles were done cooking, I went ahead and added in this some shredded chicken. 2 cups of shredded chicken is what you'll need for this meal. And you can even add in some rotisserie chicken. Oh, that would be delicious. And then I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of parsley. You can add in fresh or dried. It's completely up to you. And then give it a good stir. And then I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice as well, fresh or whatever type of lemon juice you have. And then that is it. That's all that we need for this meal. It was delicious. It's a really great lunch meal. We had this for lunch and it was absolutely delicious. I did want to note that the chicken is what I had left over from the chicken breast and from the chicken thighs. I had about 2 chicken thighs left over and I think 1 chicken breast left over, and I just cooked it in my crock pot with some chicken broth for a couple hours on low, and then I shredded it, and then I put in the chicken noodle soup. And here it made quite a lot. It made about 11 servings, which I was really surprised. I thought I was only going to make maybe 6 or 7, but everybody had like at least 2 bowls. It seemed like I had this ginormous bowl here. It was absolutely delicious. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you found some new recipes for you and your family. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss my next video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.